Hey guys, happy Sunday. I wanted to just make this video for you guys and share with you a little bit about a baby step process. I was on a call earlier this week and it was a bunch of coaches and we were talking about, our own personal journeys and journeys of certain clients that we've had in the past and how baby steps have been a really big trigger for a lot of us in moving forward in our health journey. And so it got me thinking back to when I first started my health and fitness journey, 8 and 9 years ago, and how I, through the years and still currently, am making baby steps towards healthier living every single day. So I wanted to share with you guys a couple of those in my life and maybe figuring out what some of those baby steps will be or currently are or have been in your own life. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about my breakfast habits. Now, I know this is a weird thing, but I currently eat a veggie omelet every single day for breakfast because I know it gets me my protein and it gets me a serving of vegetables every single morning right off the bat because I struggle to get in protein in my day. So I've kind of baby stepped that process in switching over to eating eggs in the morning, which I generally don't really like eggs. So that started years ago when I used to eat cereal every single morning for breakfast. Every single morning I would have like Lucky Charms or Golden Grahams, or I loved Cinnamon Life. Like Cinnamon Life was it for me. And for even during the first 5 years of my fitness journey, I was still eating, cereal every day. I was like, oh, well, it's got tons of folic acid and, it's infused with all these vitamins and all this stuff. So it's probably pretty good for me. Never mind that it has 9 grams of sugar that I used I think in college I used 0.5% milk. But I didn't really ever pay attention to the sugar content and the carbs that I was getting every single morning for breakfast. It was just, I grew up as a cereal kid. That's what we did. So I figured it was healthy. And then fast forward a little bit to probably had just gotten out of college, maybe had been out of college for a year. And a lot of my friends were starting to notice the amounts of sugar that were in so many of the things that they were eating every day. And I was like, oh, well, I don't really have that many boxed things. Maybe I could look and just see. I don't know. I don't know about this whole sugar thing, but I'll look and see what I got. And I realized that I was eating so much sugar every single morning with my breakfast because I didn't have just one serving of cereal. I had 3, 4, 5 servings of cereal because I always had seconds, every single morning. Because that was the only way I could get my milk in so that I could get my calcium. That's how I was justifying all of it. So do you justify things? I want you to think about the things that you justify. And that for me was one of them. I was like, well, this is a way to get in these nutrients, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, I'm going to take this challenge to see if I can still eat my breakfast with my cereal because I hated eggs. I did not want to try them at all. Wasn't a huge fan of bacon. I would eat it, but I just wasn't a huge fan. And I said, let's just see what's out there. So I went to the grocery store and I remember sitting at the grocery store, taking out all these boxes and saying, oh my gosh, this per serving has 8 grams of sugar. This per serving has 13 grams of sugar. This per serving has 12 grams of sugar. What in the world cereal can I possibly eat that doesn't have 8 grams of sugar per serving? I could find two cereals, Kix and Rice Krispies. The most boring cereals ever, right? But each of them only had 2 or 3 grams of sugar per serving in their thing. So I was like, all right, I'll switch to Kix. I'll switch to Rice Krispies. Those will be my new cereals. I will do it and it'll be great. And so I did it for probably about a year. And then the 21-day fix came out and I started looking at the program. I actually had multiple clients on the program before I ever did the program myself because I wasn't convinced. I wasn't convinced that this container system was, appropriate or that it was good. And I had client after client after client coming to me why are you doing this? This is so great. I lost 10 pounds. I lost 15 pounds. I feel more energy than I've ever had in my whole life because I'm eating this way. I said, all right, I will try it out. And so I tried it out. And I remember that first week going through. And the first week I kind of just saw, well, what do I normally eat? And what does that look like on the eating plan? And I saw that my cereal and milk alone was probably 10 to 12 yellow containers. And I'm allowed to have 3 every day. 10 to 12 in just my breakfast. And I ate a lot more carbs than that, like a lot more. So that was one of my baby steps. That was one of the ways that I, gradually, and then I switched to turkey, bacon, and eggs because I realized that I was getting like 20 servings of carbs in a day, 20 yellow, and I'm not exaggerating when I say I had 20 yellows a day for a lot of my life, because I did. I'm Italian. We love bread. We love pasta. That's what we do. But I knew that I needed to try out this eating plan and see what it was all about. And then I tried out the eating plan. I felt so much better, got the best results I've ever had in like half the time of other programs that had taken me like months to get results. I was getting results in such a short amount of time, and I felt amazing. And so I made the switch from the non-sugary cereals to turkey, bacon, and eggs. And from there, went to the extreme about a year later and switched off of turkey, bacon, and eggs to the veggie omelet. So that's kind of one of my biggest baby steps that I forget about that. I forget that it took me years to get there, but that's what it's about. I also don't make crock-pot recipes with cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, cream of stuff, because that's what I used to do, because it was easy. It was so easy. That's what my mom did. My mom's healthy, so that's what I did. And then as I was in college, I still used it. And then it was more when I got to be an older and started learning a lot more about nutrition, really after the 21 Day Fix came out, and I learned a lot more about nutrition, even way more than I did in my nutrition classes in college. And so I switched from using cream of chicken. I think, and anytime I go into my pantry and I look at a couple they're always like 3 and 4 years expired. And I know that they have a shelf life that's like ridiculous. So I haven't used that stuff in a long time. And I don't say that to boast. I don't say that to say like, look at me, but I say that to say it takes years. It takes a lot of time to come up with these habits, and it's okay to take baby steps along the way. One of the coaches that, and I'm going to wrap this up, I promise. One of the coaches that was on the call, she said she was addicted to going through the drive-thru. And she was like, I couldn't just stop going through the drive-thru. It was a habit to go through the drive-thru every day. So instead of getting, a Big Mac and fries and a combo meal, I switched to getting kids meals every time I went around. And then I switched to getting apples. And then I switched to, eventually not going through that drive-thru. So it's those little baby steps along the way that ultimately get us to where we need to be. So I want you to really think about the baby steps that you've already taken them. Maybe you're like, I'm in a healthier place than I could ever imagine because of XYZ. I want you to think back, because sometimes the drastic shifts, the big changes, they take a lot of time, and they take a lot of those little tiny steps along the way in order to get there. Okay, so don't be ashamed in taking the baby steps. Recognize the baby steps that you need to take, and maybe take them one at a time, and don't do them all at once, because sometimes when we do them all at once, we can get really frustrated if we're not doing everything all at once. And now I know everybody's different. Some of you are going to be like, I need to do everything all at once, and that's the only way I'm going to be able to do this. But I just don't want you to beat yourself up if you fail. Because sometimes we fail. Sometimes we take steps back instead of forward. And so I want you to just recognize that we're all human. We all make mistakes. We all go through things in life where, this past year alone, I went through some stuff where I had to take some steps back and be like, all right, need to start over, need to start fresh. And that's okay. No matter where you are in your journey, it's okay to take those steps back, to be like, all right, I'm going to breathe. I'm going to reset. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this one baby step at a time. And years from now, you'll be able to look back and be like, oh yeah, I forgot that's what I did. Because that's what I did this week. I said, oh yeah, I forgot that I switched from, regular cereal, non-sugar cereals, turkey, bacon, and eggs to veggie omelets. It's simple as that. So I want you to think about the baby steps this week that you're going to be taking towards your ultimate goal. And I just hope you guys have an awesome week. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.